there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we're all on board. Most of you have met Dave, who's
Morning, Dave.
who's actually got the difficult job today of driving this coach through the wacky world of London traffic. I'm going to sit here on the microphone, tell you a few things, point a few things out the window. This is not a panoramic tour of London. This is a get 18 slightly tired, slightly jet-lagged people to their hotel.
Hi, Steve here. Thank you for joining me on the Panoramic Travels YouTube channel. My wife Janet and I have always been interested in World War II history, and D-Day specifically. We actually got married on D-Day. The main focus of this video will be all the places we visited, many of which deal directly with World War II and D-Day. If you want to look into this cruise on the Viking.com website, it's called London, Paris, and D-Day, although ours was actually called the 80th anniversary of D-Day. We traveled with our friends Don and Kim.
Have a great time, guys. Well, guys, please start for one, you're
As you face the river, the first bridge to your right is the Hungerford Bridge. It's a Victorian railway bridge that connects Waterloo Station on the east side of the river to Charing Cross Station on the west. The next bridge along the river is Waterloo Bridge. It's often referred to as the Ladies' Bridge, as it was built during World War II. And while many men were away fighting, the majority of the workforce that built this bridge was female. Good going, ladies. Okay, our flight is almost over, so please make sure you take everything with you when you leave. We really hope you enjoyed being part of London's skyline, and we'd love to hear about your trip. So please rate us on TripAdvisor.
Bas relief on steroids are actually erupting out of the sculpture. So these are the fighter pilots surging forwards. Never in the field of human conflict with so much owed by so many, so few. But I want you to notice these orange-red pillars. And you see the third one is cased in masonry, yes? Mm-hmm. So these were the piers of the original railway bridge. This is Brunel's railway bridge. It's 50 years before anything bigger is built. Now today, you know, you build something and there's someone right behind you with the bigger version.
Rarely does anybody build something 6 times bigger, though.
Yeah,
Wow.
6 times. And the other thing that's unusual about him, he built railways, steamships, steam locomotives, bridges and tunnels. Now, if all you do is build bridges, you build bridges like everyone else and like you always have. If all you do is build ships, then you build ships like you always have, like everyone else does. But if you're building bridges and ships, then you bring what you learn in building bridges to the shipyard.
I'm Greg, and apparently some of you have been told about me. I'm very shy. We can tell. Laid out some stuff in the other bar, which was where the officers were. Like I said, senior ranks this side. There's 3 lovely knitted soldiers that are made by my friend's mum, Queenie. She got a World War II knitting pattern, and there's a soldier, a sailor, an airman. There's some other bits and bobs, and they go to the church on the 11th of November. We call it Remembrance Day, you call it Veterans Day, I think.
Over peaks so high, we ascend the sky. Mountains in our sight, with a gentle sigh. Nature's beauty blooms in shades of green, cascading melodies, a serene sea. Mountains standing tall, majestic sight, whispering winds as the stars ignite, serenading silence paints the trail, a symphony of peace.
Women are going in to the various factories, and they're starting to prepare for what is to come. And at that point, they don't know what's to come. They can imagine we're probably going to have an invasion. France has been invaded at this point. We know that, and it's about to lose the battle. We start sending the children off to the countryside, and here the children are preparing to survive a possible gas attack, which again we don't know isn't going to happen. By the time they get near to Normandy, it is dawn. That's why there's a bit more light in the sky here. It's not necessarily very light yet, the sun is still not up, but in that time the sky lights up for about an hour before the sun actually comes up. So he's now looking for mines.
A quick note about museums. We visited about 10 museums on this cruise. They're fascinating in person, but it's hard to translate that to a video, so I'll try to keep them short. Some photos have a lot of text on them. If you're interested, you can click the pause button and read it, or just let it play through.
So we're going to go now we're very close actually to the war rooms, not far at all. That statue, the joke about that statue is he's not looking at Parliament, he's looking at the pub on the corner. Because that's Parliament directly in front of us, that's our Parliament building.
He proposes we publish a list of 100 small German towns and announce our intention to destroy them one by one unless the flying bombs stop.
The Allies scatter lies in the path of the enemy. The invasion will happen not on the beaches of Normandy, but at Calais. Codebreakers confirm the lies have been swallowed. Mathematicians and engineers are developing the world's first electronic computer. They are deciphering messages faster than ever before. At the 11th hour, they report, Hitler believes the Allies will land at Calais. The invasion begins. Allied forces land on the beaches of Normandy.
Every message that mattered was encrypted to keep its content from falling into Allied hands. At first, German communications looked bulletproof, but there were chinks in the armor, and the Bletchley Park operation was specifically designed to get through them. Work at Bletchley Park had begun in 1938 with a handful of military and academic experts. But by 1944, thanks to people like Dilly Knox, John Tiltman, and later Max Newman and Bill Tutt, Bletchley Park had grown into the world's first intelligence factory. Almost 8,000 people were working here, 3/4 of them women. Codebreakers like Gwen Watkins, Mavis Beatty, as well as machine operators, analysts, and communications staff. Between 1942 and VE Day, Bletchley Park had decoded around 5 million messages from Enigma, as well as other minor ciphers, and a volume of high-level cipher text, equivalent to over 120 paperback novels. Bletchley Park's work played a part in practically everything the Allies knew about German forces in Normandy. The Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force, General Eisenhower, wrote that the codebreakers had saved thousands of British and American lives.
I just want to say thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your time here in London. And you've got a wonderful cruise coming up now. You'll have your programme director now on board, Mimi, who will be looking after you. So make sure you say a big hello from me, won't you? Take care and hopefully see you again in the future. But otherwise, for now, bon voyage.
Merci beaucoup.
Are we supposed to?
Here we go.
Men still follow my colleague, men.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mireille. It's French, it's difficult. You can call me Mimi like everybody else, all right? I'm the program director of the Viking Radgrid. So, first of all, your luggage is already in your stateroom. And then we are ready to escort you to your stateroom, and then you can relax. You have arrived in Viking Radgrid.
Yes. Welcome on board.
Because the more people I can take to the D-Day landing beaches, the better, because we don't want to forget what happened over there.
It's a museum of modern art of the city of Paris. It's a museum free of charge. Inside you see lots of names, the names of soldiers, of Napoleon, general, but also names of victories. In the center we have a flame, and it is a flame, that's where you have the tomb of the unknown soldier. On the left it's a free museum with art from ages ago to 19th century included.
All those men who came to fight on our beaches, in our fields, in our villages, in our cities, and we are going to pay homage to them all together. And we are so grateful because 4 years of Nazi tyranny, my parents were young, my grandparents were there, so for us 80 years, it's not all that far away. And for me who lives in Normandy, and for my children We have everything still around us, so for us, for sure, we will never forget. Tomorrow, for the departure of the 2 tours, as we want to show you as much as possible, I think you're going to be very happy that we are going to be leaving early.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very interesting 2 days, and we will see each other back tomorrow night in Rouen.
Because of our record, we have been given the honor of being the last group to bomb before the invasion begins. We must bomb between 6:23 and 6:25 hours. You must not, and you cannot, make any mistake. The lives of thousands of soldiers depend on your accuracy. You may have to bomb as low as 1,000 feet to get under the clouds.
I'd like to share with you a personal story. My great-uncle Fred Rotterman was a paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne Division and jumped over Normandy in the early hours of June 6, 1944. He was wounded on D-Day and died of those wounds 16 days later on June 22nd at the age of 23. He was awarded the Purple Heart among other medals. His remains were moved from a Normandy temporary cemetery to the Holy Cross Cemetery in his hometown of Lackawanna, New York. I found a photo online that I assume was his grave marker in Normandy. I don't know if it still exists, but the photo looks recent, so I'm thinking it might. I was hoping to find out more, but one of the downsides of a cruise is you don't have a lot of spare time to go off on your own. If you have any information, please put it in the comments.
Let's move on to the 82nd Airborne. Their deployment will be made in 3 stages. Mission Boston is entrusted to Force A, whose 6,420 All-Americans will be dropped in 3 coded drop zones, O, N, and T.
I got in the boat. When we pulled away, the water was rough, and it was cold. And as we came in closer and closer to the shore, that's when we start seeing these 88s, or what the hell they were, flying over the top of us. I said, dear God, don't let me drown. I want to get in and do what I'm supposed to do. It's not a big town.
I was the last man to open my book. Bullets were zipping by, but none hit me, thank God. I got a hold of the rope right in front of me and started up. And I got about 2/3 of the way up, and this hellacious explosion. The last thing that I saw was with all of this mud, dirt, and rock coming down the cliff. And then I was knocked out. And this fellow was still up there and looking around the other way, and I took a shot at him and pulled the trigger, and it snapped. My gun was clogged up with mud. And there I was. I remember saying to myself, ain't this a hell of a note? Here I am in the damnedest war in history, and I don't have a gun.
1,557 names of the men missing in action. 1,557, all right? Of the ones whose bodies were not recovered. So you have each time the name of the person missing, then his military rank, then the division in which he fought, okay? And then the state where he came from. There's every state of the 50 states of America. Sometimes you're like here, you have this little gold rosette, yeah? It is 30 times on the wall. 30 times you have this little gold rosette. What does it mean? It means that since the cemetery has been inaugurated, since 1956, they found him.
Oh.
They found the body.
Only 30 of them.
Yeah, 30 of them, yeah?
Whispers in the pines, soft tales come alive. Mountains hold the secrets in the evening light. Golden rays descend through the forest bend. Echoes in the silence where our dreams ascend. Hear the forest cry where the hearts align. Tales of old and new, nature's pure design. Misty rivers flow where the breezes blow. Underneath the shadow Hear the forest cry, where the hearts align. Tales of old and new, nature's pure design. Hear the forest cry, where the hearts align. Tales of old and new, nature's pure design. Misty rivers flow where the breezes blow underneath the shadow and the moon's.
Don't get us wrong, I'm not trying to get rid of you or anything, but we thought it would just feel more comfortable for you, knowing in advance how we are going to proceed.
Down the winding roads I roam, my heart a compass, nowhere to call home. A dusty trail worn by countless feet leads me to a destiny.
Claude Monet, he even had his own train in his garden. You know, they all love trains, huh?
Winding roads I roam, my heart a compass, nowhere to call home. A dusty trail worn by countless feet leads me to a destiny that's yet to meet. Through valleys wide and mountains tall, I hear the whispers of the waterfall, embracing the unknown, searching for a clue in every city's lights and each morning dew.
So we're off the boat and back in Paris. That concludes the D-Day cruise. I know this wasn't an in-depth history lesson, but I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Now we'll spend a few days in Paris on our own and then board the Viking Heimdall riverboat for the Lyon to Provence riverboat cruise. That will be the next video on the Panoramic Travels YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.